Hello, and welcome to GTW Season 2 Round 5 here at Parque La Pedrera for the Parque La Pedrera GT-Prix, starting off with 5 minutes of qualifying here, which will double, of course, as a connection check race. Got a few independent drivers here today. We've got Fede, Albano and Yoa. Yoa will be reserving for Ferrari. Fede and Albano will have their points awarded probably to one of the teams that didn't field any drivers. So one of those teams definitely is I think Pagani Squadra Corse, as we see already some people heading into the pits. Yoa has decided to go into mediums. Blank currently with a fast lap after that first lap. Of struggle around here for Parque La Pedrera. It is a street track. It's a lot less forgiving than the tracks we've had so far, I believe. But look at Blank, he's definitely warmed up a bit, gone a bit used to this track, and look at that 32.25. Alpha's out already. Not sure what's happened there, but it seemed to be a voluntary decision by him. F1 fan only .95. Giruni's up in third at the moment. Yoa's in fourth with those medium tires. Of course, the same lap collisions here always make you struggle. Also, Batuco is another independent. Got to mention that he's decided to reserve for Havert. Got Yuri. Alpha will unfortunately start from 11th. Blank looks by far to just have a very big pace advantage here, even over I think still championship leader F1 fan and the absent Johnny, for being the only two drivers this season to win a GTW race, and Blank is looking to try and join them. Giruni's still holding on to third. Yuri has gone up into fourth. Blank is into the pits. F1 fan Matty signalling to Yoa that he's entering the pit box as well. Matty is another independent driver, actually. I just realised lots of independents here today. Matty reserving for Aussie at BMW, alongside, of course, F1 fan is driving for BMW today. Was this this might have been the outlap for Blank. Let's run the flyer with him. Yoa's back up into fourth ahead of Yuri, and now is finally into the pits off the medium tires onto the softs. I think Blank made a grass error there, but I'm not sure. Not seeing much updates. Oh, Fede's up to 6th. Was Blank across the line? No, does not improve. Half a second slower than his best. What about F1 fan? No, just 1200ths slower than his best. Next across the line, Batuco on very worn softs, and I don't think that'll do anything. Matty was running on an outlap. Giruni wasn't. He hit a 32.72, and he's now on the front row provisionally. Matty hits the inside Gerard, goes out wide, and it's pretty awkward here, but yeah, Gerard, probably not the best moment. This was Matty's flyer here for that move. At least it was clean. Matty's trying to make some distance here. He is gonna have one more go, I think. So that's very smart of him. Hopefully he's made enough distance now on this flyer to Girouni to not worry about that. Jared did not improve on his time. Blank across the time will not improve, but that's a great lap again at 32.33. Yoa's up into second, 32.68. F1 fan up onto the front row, 32.65. Batuco causing some chaos here with Girouni. Girouni will not improve. What about Matty? Improves 33.43 up into 6th position. What about Fede? Will we see an improvement? No, just 200 slower than his best. Albano improves 33.90, but Yuri improves back up ahead of him. Well, 33.77. Axis 32.95. Let's have a rundown of the grid then. Blank will start from pole position, 4/10 faster than the next closest rival. F1 fan, the championship leader, starting from second. Yoa, just 300s behind, starting from third, reserving for Ferrari. Girouni, starting from fourth. Great qualifying performance from him. Axis on the line at the very end of the qualifying session, hits a 32.95. That will be an amazing P5 start for him, and it's looking really good for A-Star Racing as a whole. Matimar will be starting from 6th. Someone must have left the lobby. Okay, there we go, back fixed. Matimar starting from 6th, Fede starting from 7th, Albano from 8th, Batuco from 9th, Alpha from 10th, and we will have Yuri starting from 11th. He did not complete the qualifying session. Is that, no, wait, no, Yuri started at, sorry, Alpha's the one who didn't complete it. Yuri will start 8th, followed by Albano, Batuco, and finally Alpha. That's what the grid looks like. Here we go. 20 minutes ahead of us. 11 drivers competing. Blank on pole. Can he become the third GTW Season 2 race winner? F1 fan going down the inside, and I think he holds on to that overtake. No, Blank is coming back round. Girouni is up into P3. Blank goes wide. F1 fan into the lead. Girouni looking to challenge there. Matimar up into P4. Matty looking down the inside of Girouni. A bit of a collision there. Yoa into the wall. Matty's up into P3. Yuri saying no changes today. Yuri is out. Is he? Yuri's out. It's F1 fan in the lead of the race, followed by Blank. Matty fighting Girouni for the podium. This would be, I think, the first podium for either of them if they hold on. But Yoa is also in this battle. Let's not exclude them. Oh, F1 fan goes wide, takes out Blank. And that will really hurt Blank's chances here. F1 fan could escape now. Matimar, an independent for BMW here. Not sure if he was forced in the wall there or hit it himself. But yeah, F1 fan now running away with the lead. Blank has got his teammate to worry about right behind him, and Girouni is also not too far behind. Then we have Yoa, we got Fede, after the start has managed to catch back up to this top 5 somewhat. Girouni is distracting Matty, which is allowing Blank to get away and chase down F1 fan. Quicker and quicker. F1 fan holds the current fastest lap of 33.13. Girouni really squeezing his way through and gets there ahead of Matty into P3. Now Yoa is looking for something. Blank is closing down rapidly. Look at that, 4/10 gained on F1 fan the last lap. F1 fan makes a bit of a grass touch, so does Blank. Girouni also looking to try and escape from Matty and Yoa, who are just barely out of his slipstream, I think. Let me have a check here. Yeah, just barely outside the slipstream. Matty with that inside line was looking to try and catch it on the hairpin. Didn't manage so, but Girouni with a cascade of errors. And now Matty is in his slipstream and looking to make a move, while Blank is following F1 fan in his slipstream. Ooh, Girouni really holding down that inside, aggressively bumping all the walls just to try and stop a gap from opening up. Fede and Yoa also in this pack, and the 4 of them separate a bit more now. Yeah, Fede seems to have lost him again. Meanwhile, Blank, will he be looking for a move? He's looking for something here, not really went for anything there, just trying to hold on to Slipstream for now, while Giruni is trying to hold on to this P3 however he can, but I don't think he can find enough pace to just completely gap Matty or Yoa and escape. I think it'll be very difficult, and especially Matty goes wide, Yoa in front of him. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or a strategic move, but Matty is going back for the position. Perhaps is he? No, he seems to have backed out of it. But I think that wasn't on purpose, going wide in a hairpin to let Yoa pass. But now Yoa is in front of him. Matty will struggle to get past the high pinger. And Giruni might be able to escape if not for the fact that Yoa is fast. Yoa is very fast, and he is catching him very rapidly. If he can get past Giruni's into the pits, first one off the soft tires after just 7 laps on them, and this is on tire wear 0.5. Meanwhile, Blank has been sort of just holding on behind F1 Fan. Seems to not have found a proper overtaking opportunity on him just yet. But they are neck and neck here, and it might come down to strategy. Blank might want to try to undercut F1 Fan later to get ahead of him. Also got to be careful, F1 Fan is fond of the overcut if I'm not mistaken, and finishing on better tires than his opponent. Blank, very risky move there, trying to go down the inside of F1 Fan there, trying to squeeze his way through. Keep in mind, Blank's got high pick. And he sends F1 Fan into the wall, similarly to how F1 Fan sent him into the wall at the top of the track in the opening few laps. I think it was lap 2 or lap 3. And now F1 Fan's the one that's going to have to play catch-up, and I don't think either of them will be very satisfied with getting sent into the wall by the other. Yoa's, for now, holding on to P3 very firmly. Matty has lost him by quite a bit, 7/10 slower last lap, and then Fede is in 5th. Giruni on the fresh mediums looking for the undercut of the century, perhaps. Alpha was 7th. Now he is 10th. He was going very slowly. I wonder if he got sent into the wall. We do know Albano and the McLarens don't see eye to eye very often. Then we have Bituka. We got Axis entering the pits. So does Alpha. Axis currently in P9. Started P5. That was a great qualifying, but it looks like the race start didn't go as he planned, unfortunately. Blank into the pits for mediums. F1 Fan looking to play the catch-up game also goes onto the medium tires, so it's completely equal tires here. Fede is also in, and Matty had pitted a lap before, I assume. Everyone onto the mediums except Yoa, who has gone onto the softs. And he's actually caught quite a bit to F1 Fan here. And with those faster tires, he might be able to close the gap down completely. Anything else happening around the track? Bono hits the wall, Batuka goes wide. Yuriara only DNF, and his teammate Alpha currently running in 10th. It's not too great for the McLarens today, unfortunately. Yoa has overtaken F1 Fan. Sorry for missing that. But yeah, he has. He's also matched Blank's fastest lap of the race, 32.37. And maybe F1 fan will be hoping to slipstream Yoa here and try and catch up to Blank perhaps. So it just sets a 32.83. Yoa 32.88 slower on the softs already. Blank might just be that much faster on the in general and also on the medium tires. Giruni's, he's already been caught up to by Matty, and Matty going down the inside here. Oh, that looked very weird. I don't think Matty killed him there. I think it was some sort of lag. Fede now overtakes Giruni as well. Something's going on here with Giruni. It might be FPS drops. And he has stopped the car. And he's left, he's gone. DNF. Might have been due to a technical issue, I think. Blank is holding on to that 3.5 to 4 second gap over Yoa. F1 fan still content to slipstream Yoa for now. And then we have Matty P4, then we have Fede Batuco on hard tires. They're pretty worn at this point. 17th lap of them. And we are nearly halfway, so maybe he's looking for a one-stopper. Axis in P7, Albono in P8, and Alpha in P9, promoted as a result of Giruni DNFing. Oh, Fede might be looking for a move on Matty here. He's got one lap fresh of mediums, and he has caught up to him without great time last lap, 32.78. Is he looking for the move round the outside on turn 1? Nothing much happens there. Maybe Fede is just looking to try and bait a potential switchback. But yeah, it doesn't seem like he has found a overtaking opportunity against Matty just yet. Oh, not great hairpin line there. Now you'll have to try and recover Matty's slip. But he does so successfully. F1 fan has now overtaken Yoa back. Ooh, Fede drives into grass there. So, yeah, it is looking like a massive struggle to overtake on this track without murdering your opponent. Oh, Fede again hits that grass. But he's right behind Matty here. Oh, not sure what happened there. Oh! Really tried to pull a Daniel Ricciardo type move on turn 1. Didn't work out in the end. Still keeping. They're still both keeping it relatively clean, but as clean as you can get on a street track, I guess. But it's real rough. Yoa's into the pits onto fresh medium tires. He comes out 9 seconds out of Matty and Fede. They have lost a lot of time while fighting, I think. Oh, Fede round the outside, going down the inside here. Pushes Matty quite a bit, still leaving him ruin on the chicane. But now Matty's got that inside. Now Fede will have the inside going into here. He's got an entire car length even at this point. Oh, Fede, very bad hairpin line though. Oh, Matty hits the back of him. Could not find the space to avoid Fede on that very, very tight hairpin exit. And Matty is into the pits now as Fede takes P4. We got Blank. An F1 fan has just lost him. He's 7 seconds behind. Blank will very likely be our third GTW race winner of this season. Not sure how much he has missing to F1 fan. I will go and double check. Oh, I've been pinged in GTW chat. It's not good. Okay, let's see. Blank has raced 2 races so far and has 41 points. F1 fan has 87, so it's a 46 point deficit after the first half. And now Blank has pitted for fresh softs and he's come out ahead of F1 fan. And now Fede is also on fresh softs. Matty is right behind him and will be monitoring this fight. We do also have Albano versus Axis. Axis on way fresher hard tires. Oh, Albano goes quite wide. Axis utilizing as much as he can. Not sure what he was stopped by there. It didn't look like he had grass. Matty's trying to squeeze his way through to try and get past Fede here. Unable to find the space. Fede defending as much as he can. He's got the inside in turn 1. Still on that inside. Through the chicane they go. Matty a bit too far back to mount a challenge currently. Albano is still holding on in this battle against Axis. Axis backs out of the chicane actually. Oh, Matty's managed to make his way past Fede on the hairpin. Despite slightly worse tires, he is through into P4 at the current moment. F1 fan has exited. He's behind Iowa, but he does have fresher, softer tires. Fede trying to strike back here at Matty, trying to regain P4. This will be a duel until the end. We've got 4 minutes left of this race as it stands. And those two have been neck and neck for quite a while. Let's check that GTW chat ping. Manberg Goat, you're streaming this anywhere. Yuri DNF'd because of VPN issues, and Jerini did indeed had a technical issue. He said engine started stuttering, and yeah, that was quite clear to see that he was having lag spikes and the FPS drops. Axis has managed to get ahead of Albano. Fede is losing Matty here. He's losing him. This is great news for Matty, not great news for Fede. He's just on the verge of that slipstream. Heads the grass a bit too deep there. Still chasing down Matty. Oh, hits the wall. Hairpin is very important. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, through that chicane also not too great. And Matty is running away with P4 at the current moment. Axis and Albano are having a duel for the ages. As it stands, Axis goes wide. Albano hits him. Bono, Jesus, goes wide. Those hard tires have seen better days. He's going round the outside. Now will he fashion? No, he backs out. He won't go down the inside. It's the wall. Fede has closed down the gap a bit on Matty here. Oh, not sure if he gained any time there, but now he's banged another wall. Looks to be very difficult on worn tires. Oh, Matty with a mistake on the chicane. Fede is back in his slipstream. With less than 2 minutes to go, Fede looking for that outside maneuver for a potential even switchback. No, he's squeezing his way through onto the inside, but through the chicane. The two of them will not survive together. Fede gets the brunt of that. Matty slowed down as well. Not sure if he was just making sure Fede remained in the fight, but very likely. Fede manages to find his way down the inside on the hairpin and through into P4 as it stands. F1 fan trying to chase down Yoa. We've seen that gap slowly closing as well. Matty on the outside of Fede looking to try and regain P4. Albano has lost now 2 seconds to Axis. The tires are too worn for him to continue that battle. Matty around the outside on a double left-hander, maybe into the hairpin. He can do something. He finds himself on the inside. They're keeping it clean on those worn tires. Fede makes a mistake on the chicane and he slows down there for Matty, which is very sportsmanlike fight for here from both of them. What a legendary fight we're having for P4 here. F1 fan has stopped gaining time, I think, on Yoa. No, he did gain 3/10 last lap. Fede is still holding on to P4, but can Matty say anything about it? He's just got a lap older tires. That's the only difference in strategy between the two of them. Matty seems to have suffered a big hit to the wall at that chicane, lost him a lot of momentum. He's outside the slipstream now. It's the final lap. Blank has just been running a well put together race, a calm race, other than enacting his revenge against F1 fan, you could say, with the walls. But he was clearly the fastest in qualifying. He's clearly been the fastest in the race, and Blank wins the Parque La Pedrera GT-Prix. Congratulations to Blank and congratulations to A-Star Racing for their first victory. Yoa, the super sub, the emergency reserve, comes home in P2. F1 fan will take a P3 after having led at the start of the race. Doesn't seem to be too pleased with that, but it is still a well-worked podium for BMW. I assume I will count Fede for Pagani, and what other team? The other team that didn't have any drivers, well, both Red Bull and Mercedes. So Pagani, Red Bull and Mercedes didn't have any drivers. Fede across the line in P4, Matty in P5, Batuco in P6, Axis will cross the line for P7. Let's do it by Constructors Championship. It'll be Albano's P8 and Alpha P9. Yeah, I'll say Fede for Mercedes and for Red Bull Albano. That's what the two independents, their points will be awarded towards. If we had a third, that would be Pagani. Blank wins for the first time this season, and in their history in general. A-Star Racing and Blank with their first race victory. Yoa in second, followed by F1 fan, of course, rounding out the podium. Fede for Mercedes win, where they will be counted for with a well-fought P4. Matty with a great P5. Batuco with a P6, Axis P7, Albano will be counted for Red Bull with a P8, Alpha with a P9. Jared and Yuri both unfortunately DNF'd, so there's 0 points for them. That was the Parque Pedrera GT-Prix. First and probably only street circuit on the calendar this season. And there was a lot of wall bumps. We'll see you next week. For Phillip Island, I believe it was. The channel doesn't want to load for me to double check. Thank you very much. Thank you very yeah. Phillip Island will be the next round. It will be the third last round of the season. And we'll see. Blank has gained some points on F1 Fan, but he's got a massive deficit to cover in these final 3 rounds, I believe. See you next week. Bye bye.